Welcome to the Epidemic and Disaster Management Department that is currently housing the HIV AIDS unit. The department has got 2 members of staff, Dr. Festus Kalonye, myself, who is the coordinator, and Jacqueline Githinji, a colleague in the department. We are housed in room ABB 010. The department was formed so as to address the ravaging global incidences of HIV/AIDS, among other ailments, in the Kibabi University and other government entities. The objective of the unit is number 1, HIV counseling, and the unit has a mission and a vision on HIV/AIDS. And our vision is to create an HIV/AIDS-free community of Kibabi University and well-informed and educated people with a clear view of the impacts of HIV/AIDS. We also have a mission on how to achieve this. Our mission is to apply and promote a multidisciplinary and multi-sector approach in dealing with a wide spectrum of HIV and AIDS-related issues by effectively developing and facilitating the correct responses for the successful fight against HIV/AIDS. And this is within and without Kibabi University. Kibabi University has a response on HIV and AIDS prevention, and on this we have an HIV work plan policy which guides our activities here and our core engagement at the university. This policy seeks to, 1, confirm the commitment of the university towards the fight against HIV/AIDS. 2, it also mitigates the impacts of HIV/AIDS at Kibabi University and work-study place. Number 3, to maintain the dignity of the students affected with HIV/AIDS. 4, avoid possible discrimination against the students infected or affected with HIV/AIDS. Number 5, to ensure that there is confidentiality in handling student matters relating to HIV and AIDS. 6, to ensure that a conducive environment is created so that effective learning and working occurs despite the HIV/AIDS impact. Number 7, to cultivate a spirit of understanding, compassion, and coexistence of all students in the university, with whether or not they are affected by HIV. 8, also to discourage the students from concealing their HIV status for fear of discrimination or rejection by fellow students or staff members, or loss of their studies on account of being HIV positive. So in line with the initiatives being undertaken by all other stakeholders in fighting HIV/AIDS nationally and globally, so that we also contribute in this way. You as a student, whether affected or infected or not affected, have rights. The objectives of the laid down responsibilities to students is to foster an undiscriminatory environment for all students at Kibabi University and to support those of you who may be affected or uninfected or affected by HIV. So therefore, we say that no student applicant may be required to have an HIV test before admission, and I'm sure that has happened. Nobody was tested before you are admitted to the university. Number 2, no student shall be discriminated whatsoever on the basis of their HIV status. The university shall not and does not use HIV status as a basis for granting student loans or bursaries or scholarships or any other support for that matter. 3, also, no student may be required to take an HIV test before a field trip or other activities of the university unless under special circumstances that warrant this. Again, student registration should not be terminated on the grounds of their HIV status unless the student is no longer mentally or physically fit to continue with their studies. The results of your HIV status that may be conducted at Kibabi University medical facilities shall remain confidential according to the rules of medical ethics. Again, the HIV status of any student shall not be reflected in the non-confidential documents so that no one shall come across that. Again, students shall have a right to a supporting and working environment in which persons with HIV/AIDS are accepted and are not stigmatized. The university shall provide a learning environment in which the occupation exposure to HIV/AIDS is minimized and will provide the necessary protective equipment and safety procedures which include PEP, personal equipment for protection. Students infected with HIV/AIDS shall have rights to appropriate treatment and medication as per student medical scheme that is laid down by Kibabi University. Students also have a responsibility which include a responsibility to be informed about their HIV/AIDS activities undertaken in the university. Students living with HIV/AIDS have a responsibility so as to pose no threat of infection to any other person that they interact with. Students also must respect the right of others. No student shall refuse to work or study with or be housed with other employees or students living with HIV/AIDS. No, students who displays discriminatory attitudes, who show discriminatory attitudes towards colleagues living with HIV/AIDS will be counseled. We have a counseling unit in the unit. And number 6, unless medically justified, no student may have or use their HIV status as a reason for failing to perform work, to study, to complete assignments, or to attend to examinations or field trips, for that matter, or even write examinations. Number 7, it is expected that behavior will be incorporated in the university students' code of conduct for students, and all students will be required to sign a code of conduct when registering for their studies. I hope you have done that as you registered. Students, through their peer educators, in the unit we also have trained peer educators, and through peer educators whom you will identify as you stay in the university for the next 4 years. So through peer educators or the anti-AIDS club that we have shall develop their own student-led responses to HIV/AIDS. The university will support this kind of initiatives whenever possible. The Kibabi University academic and non-academic staff will endeavor to uphold and have healthy relationships, offer advice to students, and the students, on the other hand, will act as peer educators on their own and will in turn will deal with the HIV and AIDS issues and provide moral values and participate in HIV/AIDS awareness, which we all normally undertake every semester. We also undertake campaigns to prevent other ailments in the department. We urge students to participate in these ones, and you will be guided by your peer educators. To achieve all this, we have trained HIV/AIDS peer educators. My colleague Jacqueline Kevinji and some other students who are peer counselors will talk about HIV/AIDS related issues that will follow. Thank you.
My name is Jacqueline Kithinji, the HIV and AIDS counselor. Welcome to Kibabi University, where Kuchil is the order of the day. Some of the primary messages that we have include the basic facts on HIV and AIDS, ways to reduce your risk of contracting HIV and AIDS. We also help students on information regarding VCT and STI treatment. Our main agenda is to enhance social behavior change among youths. The HIV and AIDS activities include HIV and AIDS Awareness Week, Chastity and Abstinence Campaign, HIV testing and counseling campaigns. Peer educators have BCCG groups which include mentorship, drama, reproductive health, just to mention but a few. The peer educators' roles include to facilitate education sessions to other peers, to make appropriate referrals to professionals, to distribute educational pamphlets and condoms, monitor and report on progress through paperwork and peer educators debriefing. Lastly, to provide feedback and suggestions on trends. Let's inspire, let's change lives, let's save lives. ACU, Kibabi University.
Welcome to Kibabi University. I'm Dennis Omailo Kituk, taking Bachelor of Education Arts combination Kiswahili CRE. And today I'll be talking about life, campus, and relationship. And I'm under the Department of Epidemic Disaster Management, that is AIDS Control Unit. Welcome. Life on campus and relationship. Campus relationship have been going on for ages, but the challenges are still the same. Being a student, however, offers its own unique set of challenges, and some of these challenges involve feeling overwhelmed by the amount of freedom that living on you by your owner has to offer, such as the freedom to date without parental restriction and the availability of alcohol at college parties, among others. For many students, university is their first experience of living on their own. This may tempt many to go wild and reckless within their first year. Campus seniors are well versed in the hookups, Okay, does campus relationship really last? It's only 1% that lasts, as per my experience within Kibabi for the past 4 years. 99% never last, because you date with someone for a semester. When semester ends, it's over. And whenever I'm with you, maybe I'm with a girl, that's when I'm with you, I'm dating you, I'm seducing at that moment. When I just live a little bit 1 meter away from you, that means I belong to someone else, I don't belong to you. So you have to choose wisely with whom you are dating. And that even, especially after most of our college relationship never lasts, especially after graduation, or the moment I leave you and I reach at the gate, I'm over you. And there are even lovers whose relationship doesn't survive long enough to see the light of the next semester. People meet at the beginning of a semester, and at the end of it, they are no more. And what are these reasons as to why campus relationship never lasts? It is surprising how people fall in love in mysterious ways, especially in campus. While for me, it took 4 months or I think 3 months to locate Dean's office, but it only took a week for my friend to find his girlfriend. My friend, when he just receives a call from his girlfriend, that's when he will know the room with immediate effect, but he will keep on reminding me, bro, ikifika time ya class, tafadhali niambie venue na inapatikana wapi kwa karibu na wapi. I might be sounding like a romantic veteran but I prefer taking some time to connect to people. I need to know what I'm dealing with in the first place, and that means taking more time than just a week. college is a place where people have freedom to try a lot of things. They wouldn't do it at home. Even the well-raised Christian boys and girls can have the freedom to test waters, certain patterns of behavior, partying, dancing, drinking, and staying out late nights. I remember during my first year, I was staying with CU chairperson at HB2 room 51, and they could wake me up and tell me, bro, and say, twende church, like mimi nasema man, tutaenda next time, but one Sunday they just walinifunua kuniambia, bro, twende kanisa. Nikaenda kanisa. That moment when I was in auditorium CA, when they were doing praise and worship, it was African attire day, and they were singing African song. That's when I was praising God, moving right center. Then I spotted a girl, and then I approached her and did everything just to make her feel happy. And after the service, I went and gave her, I said, help me with her number. Then she gave me, and immediately after that, and asked me the reason as to why I want her number. And I told her, I want to be your friend and many more. So at that moment, nikaanza kutupa mistari yangu, kujituma. And after that, the girl denied me the chance and said that you said friendship, but I had used in the brackets any and many more. So the end, nilikosa, because I had lost my priorities, and I needed to remain to be a friend to her. And college is where everything literally you become an adult. Even after you Tubukusu cultures, after you have been circumcised, you say you are a real man, an African man. But when you are here in campus, my friend, a relationship doesn't know if you are a man and or an adult enough. You have to follow the process and just do what you are sent here to do. College has a lot of challenges, one of them being maintaining relationship. And the college relationship are hard. There are many relationship failures. Most of college relationship never last, especially after graduation. Now, before I tell you of the reasons why college relationship fail, I must first admit of having 2 relationship failures while at college. I was really struggling to comprehend this, why it happened, because I had a girlfriend studying from another university, and I was here at Kibabi University. I was second year at that moment, and I had a girl who was in love with my art, and he decided to join drama, and he couldn't cope up well with the drama, and then she decided that I can be out, but I'm still in love with you. And I said, wow, that's amazing. And then afterwards, we exchanged, and we became good friends, and eventually I fell in love with her after she said that she has got a crush on me. Then afterwards, it was my girlfriend who was studying from another university. It was her birthday, and I had blocked her so that I could have both of them. So before I could even, I posted before I could block her. So she viewed the first person, and the girl packed her things, and she went back to her room crying. And after that, the girl, the first girlfriend who is studying from another university, came back to my room, and the other girl who was with me, who went back to her room from Kibabi, she was having my clothes. And then on that day, Manchester United was playing, and I had gone to watch football match, and I had switched my phone and left it to charge in the house. So when I went back, before I could reach my room, my friend told me, bro, anze kumewaka moto. So I wondered, what was it? Nini imewaka? So he told me that, hey, your girlfriend was here, and before she could enter into the house, I brought her to my house so that I could kumumengesha, but eventually the girl said that I want to go there inside to give her Omaile's clothes, and just greeting. Eventually, after that, he found my other girlfriend in the house, and she gave her the clothes, and then the girl went for it. When I came back, he just gave me food, and we slept like brothers and sisters that night. And the following day, she went back to school. My friend, there's a story of another day. It ended badly. Back to our topic. These are the most reasons as to why college relationship, most of them, of course, never last. College men are boys and girls are girls. Adults with adolescent minds. One of the reasons why college relationship never lasts is when two adults with adolescent minds fall in love. College is an experimental period. People get lost into many lifestyles. Men just want to be boys. They want to have fun. They want to date every girl. They come across commitment is an alien term to them. And girls are arrogant, slave queens who doesn't even know your middle name, easily swayed by tribal things, fancy presents like smartphone, dinner offers. They don't know what they look for in a month. So apparently, just kids in love. It's hard to have a successful relationship with someone with an adolescent mind. Because, by the way, in fact, thank you for Professor Idel Ibarra for bringing the sports complex, because now it was operational core boy child. Now we can't spend money to our girlfriend. When they call us, we just tell them, let us meet at the sport complex. You have a little zero-net budget whereby at least a comrade, the boy child can save his money. And most relationships in campus are hookups, friends with benefits. Some relationships are not built onto solid, meaningful grounds. They are hookups, no real dates. When your roommate is having a girlfriend and the girlfriend has a friend, that means you could easily get connected to that friend of yours, roommate's girlfriend, and make it as a boyfriend and a girlfriend too. And najua umeshaanza kupigana exile. Kama hujapigwa exile sahi, just pray. It's meaning you are safe for now. And I met a certain group of girls, first years, we joined recently, last week, and I heard them conversing, saying that have you already got some crush? Umeshakutana na macrush? Umeshapata crush wangapi? Then mwingine akasema mimi nimeshapata crush wawili. Wewe wangapi? Mimi sitaki na story ya macrush, mimi nimekuja kusoma. I just passed and laugh and I said, so who is right, who is wrong? But this is campus. Relationships are there. And you can't avoid them. A man will come with everything, a boy will come with everything that he has and convince him. And sexual hookups are not guaranteed to last long. It only involves two people. The affair only involves the lovers who just met at college. No parents or close relatives that are aware of the affair. Since the important part, like parents and the community is not involved, it means lovers has not taken the affair on a serious level. They are still testing waters, and there are chances one can decide to walk out of the relationship with or without reasons because he or she has nothing to lose, or that doesn't have to answer to parents or relatives who will ask for reason or a breakup. These breakups, it will bring about depressions. You will be crying. It will affect your academic life. So you have to take heart. If you receive a breakup, move on with life. Just focus on the purpose that brought you here at Kibabi University. Taking a relationship to parents and relatives means lovers are serious. So if you decide to introduce the person whom you have met today, as you say that we are in Katia, you have fallen in love with him or her. So let people who are responsible know that you are taking responsibility and another step in life. And your affair is clouded by school activities, assignment tests, discussions, Yeah, you'll meet different types of relationship in campus. Utapata ule mtu wa hit and run, utapata in academic relationship, a romantic romance relationship, blah blah blah. Una ule mtu utakuwa unamkumbusha relationship ya unamkumbusha kuna class, all sorts of relationship. And it is easy for a partner to dodge into school excuses than working on improving your relationship matters of your affairs are on penny. You don't even get to discuss the aftermath of your relationship after school is over. With students' loans or parents' money back in your pockets, you don't have to worry much about finance. So you all think you can handle a relationship, but when school is over, there's too much responsibility, and neither of you have prepared for that. So money issues affect us. So you decide that you want to try it, you want to buy each other fancy gifts during Valentine's, blah, blah, blah. And eventually if you stop, that immediately calls for breakup. Money issues in college fellas are generally broke. Well, with the exception of few guys from privileged family, the things is some people are quick to run when their affairs get into their narrow budget. To say some people, I mean men, and some girls who blame a man for not giving them some money, as if that guy is Bill Gates or Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg, the owner of WhatsApp. This is where a relationship starts to shake and beacons the departure. Jealousness and insecurity. Another one is jealous and insecurity. And these immature, possessive lovers who want to know every move of their partners, giving endless complaints based on assumption and rumors. These type of behaviors make an innocent partner to pull away. It's college life, baby. No one wants to nurse an insecure partner. We just move on. And most of the college lovers are not mature enough to deal with deep emotional issues of an insecure partner. They simply run away. So when you have issues amongst yourself, and you decide that I should just call off this relationship. And then there's another reason is graduation. These 4th year students, imagine for your information, you are making these 4 years to finish. Immediately they finish their paper, they come back to your rooms. So that they're being another elders, other elders are taking you away. So immediately they finish one paper, they come to your room. After that, they go to their room. After that, they go back to class. I don't know if they are focusing on their exam or are they focusing on you. So graduation. Graduation is a killer of quality relationship because you have been there for 4 years. You have interacted with different girls, different men from different race, religion, culture. But after graduation, you're going to different areas. So will that relationship still last? And after the school is over, lovers who came from different regions and only met at university have to deal with distance relationship, which is really harder these days. Suppose your girlfriend or boyfriend used to cheat on you while you are together. What will they do now that you are far away from each other? These kinds of uncertainties can make one partner to decide to move on. After the school is over, a new chapter of life begins. And if lovers were not prepared for this, it means end of the story. I'm not saying this is to scare you from finding the love of your life at university. In fact, there are many couples who started out from university. But if your relationship didn't make it, it's fine. Things happen. Despite that, you are now not together. You can be thankful for what the two of you have shared and the personal growth that has resulted from your affair.
Welcome to Kibabi University. My name is Susan Hotenge. I'm a third-year student, a peer educator in the Department of Epidemic and Disaster Management. Today, I'm going to talk about correct and consistent use of condom. First, I'll start by defining what a condom is. As you all know, a condom is a type of contraceptive. It's a thin, fit tube worn on the penis during sex for the males or inserted into the vagina for the females. Condoms are used to prevent pregnancies, STIs, HIVs, because they create a barrier that keeps the semen and other body fluids from mixing. When using a condom, don't use the male and the female condom at the same time. There are so many types of condoms, which include the latex or plastic condom, the lubricated condom, spermicide-coated condom, textured condom. But the most used one is the latex condom. How to use the male condom. So I will have a demonstration on how to use the male condom. So a male condom looks like this. It has two parts, the serrated part and the plain part. So if you want to use the male condom, you first check the expiry date of the condom. Like ours here, the expiry date is 4th, 2025, meaning it's safe for use. And then you carefully open the wrapper from the serrated part. So you tear from the serrated part. You will pull out something like this. It has two sides, the inner one and the outer one. So when you want to use the condom, just make sure you wear it on a fully erected penis. So I have a model, a sample of our erected penis here. So you make sure it's erected fully and then you pull, you insert. Holding at the tip, and then you pull up to the top. Make sure there is space at the front here without air. This space allows for the penis, this space for the penis that will be released during sexual ejaculation. So this is how to wear the male condom. After use, that's after sex, you pull out the male condom carefully. You roll slowly and carefully. Make sure you don't tear the condom with the nails, because when the sperms spit, you can get infections or even HIV and AIDS or pregnancy. After you have rolled out the condom, you tie. So after tying, and then you dispose of carefully in either the rental cleans for the females or the pit latrine. Don't use the washrooms or loose because it blocks. And then how to use the female condom. I have also a model of the female condom. This is a model of our female sexual organ, and this is the female condom. This type of ours is chocolate flavored. And so the female condom also has two sides, the plain part and the serrated part. And for the female condom, it is indicated where to tear. Like there is a line here where you are supposed to cut. So you tear the female condom carefully. And then something that will come out to be like this. It has two rings, the outer ring and the inner ring. The outer ring is larger than the inner ring. So to wear the female condom, the girl or the woman should squat or lift one leg to a chair or a bed, and then make a figure 8 of the inner ring, the smaller one, like figure 8, like this one, and then you insert. Carefully and slowly. And make sure you feel like the inner ring is rested to the cervix, and then the outer ring remains outside like this. So for the advantage of the female condom is that it can be used for so many shots, and also one precaution for the female condom is you wear it like 1 hour before sexual activity to make sure that the condom adapts with the body temperature of the female. And then after sex, if you want to remove the female condom, you twist. Or one thing I'm forgetting, if you are wearing the female condom and maybe you want to release yourself, you just pull aside, release yourself, and then you cover again. So for the female condom, if you are done with your sexual activities, you just tie it like maybe twice, twist twice, and then pull carefully out. It will come out automatically, and then you tie also. After tying, you dispose of correctly to the rental cleans in the washrooms or the pit latrines or the dustbins, or just a safe place to dispose of. That's the end of how to use the female and the male condoms. For more information on this, visit our department in ABB 010, or if you want to talk to a peer counselor, visit ABB 010 or contact us. I just take this opportunity to welcome you to Kibabi University. Stay safe and looking forward to interacting with you more. Thank you.
Welcome. It's a good afternoon, and I'm going to talk about drug use in relation to HIV and AIDS. First, let us define what is drug. A drug is any chemical substance that causes a change in an organism, physiology or in a psychological when consumed. And drugs are always abused. So what is a drug abuse? It's an excessive use of psychoactive drugs such as alcohol and pain medication or illegal drugs. And drug abuse can lead to physical, social, or emotional harm. Drugs of abuse plays a major role in increasing risk of HIV transmission diseases. Progressions and less adhered to the significantly contributed for mobility and mortality of HIV infected. HIV continues to spread rapidly among people who use illicit drugs. And this type of illicit drugs associated with HIV transmission are amphetamine type stimulated. This stimulated the use of amphetamine type stimulated by men who have sex with men have been associated with a high level of HIV infection. We have crack cocaine. This has been associated with sexual transmission of HIV, especially in sex work and other forms of transactional sex. We have opioid. Opioid abuse increases HIV diseases progression by affecting host immune function, promoting the virus entry into immune cells and replication. And it also causes severe neurocognitive disorder. And also have alcohol. Alcohol uses disorders in more common. It's common in persons living with AIDS. Rates of heavy drinking are even higher, and viral load and lower adherence. We have cigarettes. The prevalence of cigarette smoking range from 40 to 75% in HIV-infected individual compared to 20% in general population. We have nicotine. Nicotine is active ingredient in tobacco and considered one of the most addictive drug of all time, and reported to dysregulate synaptic plasticity in HIV-exposed neuronal cells. And how does drug affect HIV epidemic? Drug abuse and addiction have been inextricably linked with the HIV and AIDS since the beginning of epidemic. Drug abuse also plays more generally in spread of HIV by increasing likelihood of high risk sex with an infected partner. The effect of many drugs can alter judgment and inhibition and lead people to engage in impulsive and unsafe behavior. Also, people who are abusing or addicted to drugs may engage in sexually risky behavior to obtain drugs or money for drugs. And nearly a quarter of AIDS can stem from intravenous drug use. So, drug use is not a good thing in our society, whereby we are being mentored to take care of ourselves, and drugs try to put our immune down or try to deteriorate our bodies, and it gives us a different deformation of our body. Drugs are bad. You will meet them in this campus, wherever in each corner that you will be. During campus nights, you'll see people smoking bang, having that cocaine. Utapata wengine wameseti hapo hivi kwa mdomo, which is not good. It affects your health, and when the moment it affects your health, it will make you have a bad decision making, poor decision making. You might engage in an activity that it's not good, or it might risk your body, and without use of drugs, maybe you might end up getting early pregnancies, or being infected with HIV and AIDS, gonorrhea, all those STIs. So please take care of yourself, be responsible, and avoid the using of drugs. Choose your friends wisely. This is campus. Thank you very much.